we've got a Zona saw here. This is maybe more seen as a hobby saw or a model saw, and often nowadays they come with the teeth facing the handle, which means when you start to cut with it, it's going to cut on the pull stroke. So you're pulling and it's cutting towards you, and I want my saws to cut on the push stroke, especially if I'm dovetailing, because the outside lips of the dovetails, if I have it on a pull stroke, those outside lips can fracture slightly. So I'm going to show you how to change the blade in your model saw, your back saw. This is done the same way with either just pull the back off, flip it around. Now I checked the position of mine and it started right on this nose here. So I'm going to start the same place, turn the handle around, start right on the nose here, tap it into place, line it up with the end, and you want to get this right straight off. Seat it like that and then tap along here, and that probably is pivoting on the pressure here and lifting this side up. Tap it down till you feel you're in place. Then when you take the saw and you sight along it, there's a slight curve in here. What we're going to do now is take the saw and we're going to whack it. We lay it on the bench here, so the whole of the spline is on the bench, and then we lift up, and we want the whole of the back to whack at the same time and hit the bench along the length. So watch, like that. Then when you sight down the saw blade, it straightened it out. So you should be straight now, and if it isn't, you can go back in. That's straighter than it was. It's not quite perfect yet. So what you can do is you can take the hammer and you can tap at different points on the back, just like this. And you tap at different points until the blade is seated. And if you need to, like in my case now, I need to pull this back up just to put a little gap, and then sight it, and then see where you can tap again until you're straight. Keep tapping, don't give up. And that's me. I'm straight now. I have a straight saw, and that's good enough for all my dovetailing. Sometimes the back is bent slightly. If it is, you put it in the vise and you tighten it and then turn it back one turn and just pull the spline in the direction to even out any bend that might be in there. Turn it over if this one is slightly out the other way. Just pull it in there and you end up with a perfectly straight saw. So now when I use the saw, it's working on the push stroke. This is perfect because you have a lot more power on the push stroke than you do on the pull stroke. So here I'm ready to cut my dovetails, and all the fibers, that any broken fibers are actually on this side, which you should be able to see. And what you end up on the front side that really matters is crisp, clean lines, perfect lines on the good side, which is the side that's going to be seen. So for dovetailing, that's perfect. Flip over, and these broken fibers, the kerf, are on the inside of the joint, which is never going to be seen. And that's why we often change the blade around so it's cutting on the push stroke, not the pull stroke. I hope that helps you. Thank you.